it was within a matter of months that my father became ill. Very high fever. That was one of the signs. You just touched someone and they were literally burning up. And he could not go to work. And generally, the word was, you've got to go to work, because if they find you in there. They had a sport. If someone became sick and they took him out, and he said, I'm all right, just I want to rest one day, they'd say, well, okay. See if you can run a straight line. And what they did, in his case, they took a bunch of people out. And they told them to run in a straight line, but they were firing bullets on either side of that line, so that if they couldn't hold the line. And that's what happened with my father. There was a period of time that I walked around, I would say that was the first year. I just kept asking, why? And I couldn't get the answer. I remember I walked by a spot, and a guard hit me very hard over the head. After I recovered, because he did put me into a sort of semi-conscious state for a few minutes, I turned around and said, he doesn't know me. I wasn't even thinking of the fact that I was a child. He doesn't know me. I don't know him. Why does he have such a hatred for me? Those things used to gnaw at me. The brutality of killing. There was a clean way of killing, and there was a brutal way of killing. I could not understand the brutality.
And this one American, we kept telling him, be quiet, you know, be quiet. But he was very insolent, and he was giving the Germans a lot of talk, a lot of language and whatnot. And he could speak a few words of German. And so I didn't speak any German at the time, so I didn't really understand what was going on. But the Germans were talking among themselves and pointing to him and laughing. And they took us to Mauthausen, and they staked him out. They stripped him and staked him out on the ground, just his arms outstretched and his feet outstretched. But they didn't put any pressure on him or anything to hurt him. Come nighttime, of course, and he went to sleep. And all of a sudden, we hear screaming and yelling and whatnot, and we jumped up and we go rushing out, and it's dark, and we're bumping into each other, and we went over. And a lot of the Russians had been there for, like I say, a number of years, and had turned to cannibalism. We didn't realize it then. But they had so badly torn at his body that he died from the effects. He was bleeding to death, and nothing much we could do. And this is why the Germans were laughing, because staking him out just left him available.
There were like 5 or 6 girls who were working the pulver room, where they put actually the ammunition, you know, the what do you call the powder, into the grenade. So they were every day searched from head to toe naked. And then they were going into work, and then they left work. But they were able to smuggle out some of the pulver.
How?
In the vagina, in the mouth. We were able to smuggle out some of the powder.
The powder was in something?
In a capsule, very small capsule, which were inserted into the grenade. So and then we gave it to the men, and we blew up one crematorium in Auschwitz. So I want you to know that they was in the camp, in the concentration camp, with Germans surrounded, with really the impossible. We did blow up one crematorium. When the Germans were looking to the ruins of the crematorium, they were able to find the shells, and they saw it was from our factory. And they took the 5 girls or the 6 girls who were working in this ammunition factory, and they hung them. I just never got it out of my mind. It was so painful. And the whole camp had to watch. And they were hanging there for 3 days. You know, when I talk about it, I just have such pain.